Hello, you guys. I want to welcome you into my kitchen today. Today, I want to show you guys who don't know how to make pinto beans. I want to show you guys how to make pinto beans, okay? So, come on over. Let me show you what kind of meat I'm using. I'm using smoked turkey wings, smoked neck bones, and turkey tail. And I'm also going to put some bacon in it. And guess what? You got it. That good old ham bone. That's right, baby. Alright, so let me show you how you're going to clean your meat. Now, with the turkey meat, I don't use hot water. I use cool water, more cold than hot. And you just rinse it off like so. Clean that meat, because this meat has to boil about 30 minutes. Okay? Clean that meat just like that. And I'm telling you, this meat seasons the beans, greens, oh my God, so well. You just fall in love, honey. I'm telling you, you fall in love with your plate. Okay? Now, when you're cleaning smoked neck bones, it's totally different from cleaning turkey. Smoked neck bones, you got to go in the little holes and stuff and make sure you get that stuff out of there. Now this one is pretty good. This is fine. Just rinse it off. But this one here, now look at that. You see that? You go in it like this. And you clean that stuff out of there. You don't leave that in there, okay? Look at that. You don't want that in there. You clean that out of there. So, throw that in the garbage. Get that stuff out of there. You don't want that in there. That's not good. Okay? Put it all down in there. That water run. Rinse that on out. Pull that stuff on out of there. And that's clean. Okay? This is what it should look like. Okay. A little bit you can grab with your fingers. Grab it on out. Okay. This is what it should look like. It's not in there anymore, okay? And any little, like, stuff like this, little fat, just take your knife against it. Cut it right on off. Just like that. Pull it. You don't want that in there either. See that? You don't want that in there. Clean that stuff off that smoked neck bone. You don't boil that. Some of them have that stuff on it and some of them don't. But the ones that do, you want to make sure you get it off. There it is. And that's it. That. All right. Now, see that? That's what it should look like when you're finished. Okay, you clean that off. Rinse that off, front and back, and that's it. This one here, you only have this little piece on here that's a problem. And these need to come off. All right. Pull it on off. All right. Rinse that meat. And that's how you do it, baby. Now, this is the ham bone. My hand is just full of... Listen. And I've been freezing this ham bone since I made a ham back in, I think it was, July, maybe? June or July. And here we are in October. It's been in my freezer all that time. Okay, you just give it a good little rinse. Not too much, because you don't want to take none of the good sweetness out of it. There it is. Okay, we're going to put that in that pot. Get all this fat and stuff, throw it in the garbage. It came off of the smoked neck bone. Okay, I'm going to give my hands a quick wash. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to fill the pot up to about halfway, okay? Cover the meat. That's all we're trying to do is cover the meat. Once we cover the meat, we're going to make sure you put it halfway, you guys. Make sure, once we get the water in, we're going to put the pot on the stove and we're going to boil this meat for about 30 minutes, okay? Get it boiling real good. And then we can begin to add our beans, okay? It's going to take your beans about 2 hours if you pre-soak them, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. Okay, as you can see, the water's going over the meat. And this is the way you do it every time you make beans. I don't care what beans you make. If you make pinto beans, red beans, lima beans, baby lima beans, black eyed peas, great northern beans. I was raised off of beans, okay? So I want to raise my children off of beans too. And guess what? We're not frying any meat. We're not baking any meat. All the meat is in the pot with the beans. So we're going to make some white rice with this, to go with this, and some hot water bread. I want to show you guys how to, okay, that's enough water. As you guys can see, that's a half a pot of water, okay? All right, here we go. All right, here we are. As you can see, I'm putting it on the stove, and I'm going to turn my iron to high. Okay. There we are. Yep, keep it on high, and I'm going to cover it. You don't add any seasonings to this. You let this cook in a boil just like it is. We're going to go into seasonings once we get those beans in. Okay, come on over here, you guys. Now, as you can see, I've soaked my beans overnight. Okay? When you soak your beans overnight, you're basically cutting down your cook time. Because normally, if you don't soak your beans is going to take you about 4 to 6 hours to boil. This cuts it down in half. So where it would normally be if I didn't boil it, about 6 hours, it's going to be like 3 hours for these beans to cook because I soaked them overnight. So here we are. As you can see, you see how plump they are? Okay. Now, when you begin to pick your beans, because a lot of people don't know how to pick beans, I'm going to show you guys what you're looking for. Okay, here we go. Number one, you don't want any dirt on your beans. So you rinse them before you soak them, okay? You pick out all the broken beans. A lot of people don't know that, but this is how you do it. You pick out all of this. See that? You don't want that in your beans, okay? Because it's hard and no, you just don't want it in there. You want to take all that out and throw it away. But then you want to make sure you soak them overnight. Get all that dirt off of them. You rinse them first, but then you soak them, and all the rest of that dirt and you know, bean juice. See that? We're going to rinse those. We're going to pour them in the strainer, and we're going to rinse those up. Alrighty? When I come, I'm going to take a quick break, but when I come back, I'm going to show you guys how to rinse your beans and get them going. Alright, be right back.